behind the mask, gonna tell him about a movie's past and win the relay. Win that old relay. Who's that lucha behind the mask? Makes movies about it, gonna have a blast. Win the relay. Win that old relay. He's gonna pull him a bum, give a bogan a job. Sit in his chair while he's having some beers. Win that old relay. Win that old relay. It's Friday night and he's wearing a mask, teaching us why all the movies kick ass. Win the relay. Win that old relay. It's Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater.
Welcome to Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater. I am your host with the most, Fantastico. I wanted to put some emphasis on that this time. So, we got this movie tonight, and I know that I said I wasn't going to do a lot of black and white movies, but this is a black and white movie, and it might be the last one I do, so for now, at least for this season. So, you guys can be like, okay, once this is done, if you don't like black and white movies, you might actually like it, and that's kind of cool. So this mask makes me look like I'm Deadpool in the camera. It kind of does. So I'm going to go ahead and de-mask for the first time ever in front of people. All right, there we go. See, now you know the real Fantastical. Anyway, okay. So tonight's movie. We have a really cool movie. It's a really well-known movie. And it stars one of the most iconic horror people of all time. Well, actually, one of the most iconic actors of all time, if you want to put it that way. So, like I said, before we get into the movie, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my little spiel again that I want to say. Again, numbers for this film, this show have gone up. We just get more and more viewers every week, so I appreciate everything you guys are doing. You keep adding more and more people to it, and more people are enjoying it. I'm getting a lot of good feedback through email and things like that. But not a lot on Twitter, so I'm hoping that more of you go on to Twitter, and I'll say hi. I'm not a giant asshole, I have no problem like talking to my fan base. So anyway, the film tonight, one of the most iconic actors of this era, and everybody knows him. So and I'll have to go ahead and say right now, we've got this movie is directed by Ubaldo Regate, that's not what his name. Regatta's a fucking boat race in the fucking Nantucket. No, Ubaldo is right though. I couldn't remember his name. It's Ubaldo Ragona and Sidney Salco, and these two guys decided to direct this movie. It's filmed in Italy, although it is an American release as far as I know, because North America altogether, Canada, Mexico, the U.S., all of it, we got this movie right. As far as I know, I wasn't alive when it came out. I was almost alive. No, I wasn't. I wasn't even close to being alive when this came out. So anyway, we've got the movie, and it was filmed in Italy because it was cheaper to film in Italy. At least that's what the directors, Sidney Salco and Ubaldo Ragona, said. Now, we've got this movie is based on a novel, okay? And it's a novel by the author Richard Matheson, okay? And its movie's been remade 3 times. Well, 2 times as far as I know. So it's actually been made 3 times, remade twice after this. The first one is the one we're going to watch. This is the very first rendition. And it's actually probably the Richard Matheson, the writer of the book, actually said that this was the closest one. I don't know if he got to see the later one, but he said this was closer than the one Charlton Heston did. because Charlton Heston did the Omega Man, right? And that's another remake of this. So I'm guessing he said this one was better than Heston's version. I'm not sure if Richard Matheson's still alive or not. I guess I should have looked that up before we did the show. So, the iconic actor in this, we've got Vincent Price. Everybody knows Vincent Price. If you don't know him, you've been under a fucking rock, because everybody knows him. Even Michael Jackson had him laugh at the end of one of his videos. That's probably like, audio footage or whatever. I don't know, is audio called footage? I don't know. It's audio recordings, there we go. Audio recordings, but I don't know if he just called Vincent Price when he was like, really old into a studio, because I'm not even sure if he was alive when Thriller came out. But at the end of Thriller, you hear Vincent Price laughing, so he's kind of spread across several genres, even though Thriller is technically horror. It's not scary, but whatever. Michael Jackson's scary. So, okay, projector guy, I'm not going to go ahead. I'm starting to ramble. So, projector guy, let's go ahead and fire up The Last Man on Earth. Right here on Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater. The other movie, like I said, I mentioned the Omega Man, but the other movie I think was 2006. And the other remake, the second remake of this movie was actually named the same name as the book. And the main character was played by Will Smith. And the movie I'm talking about is I Am Legend, and that's the same name as the book. So this is the first version. This is closer to the book, but I love this movie. It's so good. So anyway, you know what I don't love, though? I don't love the Last Man on Earth TV show. When that was on, I think it made it 4 seasons, and it should have only made it 1 season, because the guy was not the last man on Earth. Every single time you turn around, there was someone else running around with them. So I don't know. I didn't watch it. People are like, "Oh, it was so funny. You should have given it a chance." But I gave it like 3 episodes, and I'm like, "This is stupid. I don't like the actor. I don't like the story. I don't like the writing. I don't like anything about it." So I just drank myself crazy to make the bad go away. Anyway, let's get to the movie.
Another day to live through. Better get started. 1965. Is that all it has been since I inherited the world? Only 3 years. Seems like 100 million. Yeah, I own the world. An empty, dead, silent world. More of them for the pit. Every day there are more of them. They live off the weak ones and leave them for the pit. KOKW calling. Come in. KOKW calling. I'm on international frequency. Come in. Can't bear to see their image. It repels them. I need more mirrors. And this garlic's lost its pungency. There was a time when eating was pleasurable. Now it bores me. Just fuel for survival. I'll settle for coffee and orange juice this morning. But first, there's my life to consider. I'd better replace that garlic. More, lots more. Better stop off and get 'em. I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable. It can destroy my reason, and reason's the only advantage I have over them. I've got to find where they hide during the day. Uncover every one of them. Now, where did I finish off yesterday? Madison Street to 31st Avenue. 11 kills. Over 3 years. And there's more than half the city I haven't searched. Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function. And how many more of these will I have to make before they're all destroyed? They want my blood. It's their lives or mine. And I still get squeamish. Wait. That garlic. I'd better put it back where it belongs. I can't live a heartbeat away from hell and forget it. One more stop I'll have to make. I can get rid of them later. Right now, I'm out of gas. still fresh. But I'll take only what I need. They've got to last. They can wait, too. I've got my life to worry about. Those mirrors have to be replaced before dark. Square blocks to search. How many of them still exist? How long will I have to keep up this search? I haven't much time left. It'll be dark in an hour.
All right, we're back, and now we got to learn about Dr. Morgan here, Vincent Price's character, and about his everyday. He's the last guy on Earth, just like the title suggests. But his day consists of shoplifting, arson, trespassing, and let's go ahead and throw in some voyeurism for some reason of dead people, because he's just staring off at dead people all the time. It just seems like he spends just a little too much time doing that. The author, Richard Matheson, of this, he didn't like the script for this, although he did say, as I had stated before, that this was actually the closest version of his book that there had been. I think I Am Legend was a little closer later on with Will Smith, but I'm not sure. I haven't read this book in a really long time, and I don't know. Now, Matheson was also happy because when the movie was being made, it was supposed to be directed by Fritz Lang, right? Fritz Lang was a very well-renowned director, but he got pulled from it, and they ended up getting stuck with Salco and Ubaldo, whatever, fucking Balto, I don't know. I'll just say Salco because I can remember that one. So, and I keep wanting to say Regatta. It's Rigoni, I believe, but it ain't Rigona. So Salco and Rigona. He didn't like those guys, and he actually said, he was happy about Lang, but when Salco got added to the directorial process, he said, and I quote, and this was like such a dick-hole-ish fucking thing to say, probably made Salco feel about fucking 3 inches tall. He goes, well, I guess that was a bit of a drop in quality. Something like that. As soon as fucking they saw Salco on there, I was like, wow, Richard Matheson's kind of a fucking asshole. But whatever. There's a little bit of history for you to know about whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying for sure. I'm just telling you like I've been told or I've read. So whatever. I'm not gonna have someone being like, my great grandfather never said that. I got the VCR. No, you go fuck yourself. So anyway, projection guy, let's go to the next reel. We'll get back into The Last Man on Earth right here on Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater.
And now, 12 long hours before the sun will rise and drive them back to darkness.
Morgan, come out. Come out. Morgan, come out. Come out.
Mom, I can't see! I can't see! Mom!
Another day. Another day to start all over again. Birds. God, how I miss you. The sun's already set. They'll be everywhere.
It's Morgan. Get him. Morgan. Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan. Do you hear, Morgan?
3 years. Hey, Verge.
Yes? Oh, no. My makeup. My hair.
Hey, where is everybody? All I can see
Hi,
is...
Ben.
Oh.
I can hear children, but I can't see any children.
Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Hey, look at how I'm crazy. Ben, Uncle
Kathy.
Ben, Uncle Ben! Where'd you bring me?
Open them and see. Open them and
Oh,
see.
come.
Kathy. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch this thing.
Take a look at this.
It's highly theoretical, Ben.
Theoretical. Do I have to remind you that theory is the beginning of solution?
Is Europe's disease carried on the wind? Is it, Ben?
Could be.
And if it is,
It isn't, Verge.
is that what you really think, or just what you'd like to think? Robert?
I cannot accept half-baked theories that sell newspapers. I'm a scientist, not an alarmist.
You're whistling past the graveyard.
Is that a commentary on my work at the lab?
We both know how hard you've worked.
I'm sorry, Ben. I just can't accept the idea of universal disease.
Uncle Ben, you promised y'all card trick.
All right, Kathy. Who can resist that face? All right. Card tricks. Card tricks.
Robert, is it possible this germ or virus could be airborne?
Anything is possible, Verge. The best brains in the world have been running through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. The germ is visible under a microscope, but it's not like any bacilli ever known.
In what way?
It can't be destroyed by any process we've been able to uncover.
But with the whole world trying, there must be a solution.
Hey, Mommy, when are you gonna cut the cake?
Right now, our problem is to cut that cake.
Hey, Mommy! Hey, Mommy!
Coming.
wind wake you up?
It always does.
How do you feel?
I'm all right.
Oh, don't get up, honey.
I'm not sick, Bob. I'll make
You
your
don't
breakfast.
have to.
I'll be all right. Go on and read your paper.
All right. Oh, sweetheart, look, if you don't feel well, please go back to bed.
I'm just a little tired, that's all. I wish somebody would find a vaccine.
It's all we're working on at the lab, Verge. Maybe you better not send her to school today.
All right. You think you should go to work?
I have to.
Oh, Bob. Bob. I'm so frightened.
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
Well,
The bacilli are multiplying.
that kicks the bone marrow theory in the head.
This specimen shows a higher white count than when I put it on the slide. Those cells are still living, Dr. Mercer, off one another.
There has to be an answer. You heard that all communications are ended outside the continental limits?
Yes, I heard.
That leaves it in our laps. So we keep trying. Where's Cortman?
Well, he should be here by now.
You two stay on this virus theory until I decide it's exhausted.
Right.
Yes, sir?
Morgan will fill you in.
All right, sir. And what did the great man of science have to say today? More of the usual?
Oh, he's trying, Ben, just like the rest of us.
And nothing works. The streets are swarming with truckloads of bodies that they're throwing into that god-awful pit. And the dedicated Dr. Mercer goes on with his plodding, unimaginative approach.
You have a better idea?
Maybe. At least it involves imagination.
Ben, it's as simple as this. An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions.
And you don't believe some of the dead have come back?
Let's get to work.
And why are they burning the bodies? Why don't they bury them?
Because it's the best known way to control the contagion, to keep the germ from spreading.
That's what we've always believed, at any rate.
You'd prefer us to believe in vampires?
If they exist, yes. There are stories being told, Bob.
By people who are out of their minds with fear.
Maybe. But there are too many to be just coincidental. Stories about people who have died and have come back.
They're stories, Ben, stories.
And why are the infected people always so tired in the daytime? Why can't they stand the sunlight? Why are they only seen at night?
Come here. Look.
I know his
Look. Now, is this bacilli or isn't it?
It doesn't alter.
And this bacilli is found in the blood of every infected person, or isn't it?
To show me germs is not to refute these stories, Bob. Point is, if there are vampires, they exist in spite of these germs.
Come on, let's get to work.
And until further notice, this station will continue its around-the-clock coverage of this national disaster. And now, we switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion. Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area. The public health is dependent on bodies of the deceased being burned. You must notify the health department immediately if you have a plague victim in your home. Under no circumstances should you gather publicly. In view of the dire emergency that exists, I intend to...
Anything new?
Huh? No, nothing new. Nothing.
Mommy, where are you? Mommy, I can't see. Mommy.
I'm going to call the doctor.
I said no. Virg, there's nothing they can do.
But we can't just let her lie there.
Well, this way she has a chance. If you call a doctor, he'll report it. Do you want that?
Mommy, help me. Mommy. Mommy, please help me. Mommy, help me.
How can you be so sure she...
Blindness is one of the symptoms. You're not to call a doctor under any circumstances. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Mommy. Mommy. Mommy, where are you?
I've got to pick Ben Cortman up on the way to the lab. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Who's there?
It's me, Ben. We're late. Ben, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ben, look, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. You think I'm out of my mind. You laughed at me and my theory. You might be one of them.
Ben, look, you're ill. You ought to see a doctor.
No doctors. You take care of your life, I'll take care of mine. Now get away from here. You understand? Get away from here!
If you're looking for anybody but me, forget it.
Are they all gone?
That's right.
Is there any hope from the latest reports?
No, not yet. But believe me, Morgan, we'll find an answer.
When, Doctor? We need it right now. I need it.
You're the only one who wasn't afraid to come here today.
What's going to happen, Dr. Mercer? Is everybody in the world going to die before someone finds the answer?
No, I don't think so. I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
All right, let's roll.
When? When?
I called a doctor. I had to.
I told you not to call anyone.
Mom, she was blind. She couldn't see. She kept reaching out her hands, groping for me. And then, all of a sudden, she was gone. When they came in, I tried to stop them. They took her.
I saw a truck out there. Was that it? Was it?
I'm sorry, lady. There's nothing I can do. Let that truck through. Get out of the way. Get back, folks. Nobody's allowed out there. Please, all of you, get behind those lines. Look sharp there. Move. Move along. Make way for that truck. Make way. Hey, you, mister! Come back! Come back!
Did this truck just come in from Market Street? I said, did this truck just come in from Market Street?
Mister, I don't know.
Hey, you don't belong in here. Get out. I said get out.
I want my daughter.
Mister, a lot of daughters are in there, including my own.
Verge. No. I won't let them put you there, Virg. I promise. I won't let them put you there. Who is it? Who's there?
All right, we're back. We had a lot of exposition flashback right there. Like I say, a third of this fucking movie is a flashback from Vincent Price trying to remember everything that happened. But it did what we needed it to do. So now we know what happened, and now we know what's going on, and now we know why he is indeed the last man on Earth, kind of, sort of. So I'm wondering, and this is kind of like they did this joke, this little shtick on Family Guy once, but I'm wondering, like, when he did this, like, 30-minute flashback, like, what was Vincent Price doing? Like, what was the character doing during this 30-minute flashback? Was he just staring, like standing there waiting, like a cutaway on Family Guy? Where they're waiting, looking at their watches, where they're doing this flashback? Because it just seems like that was a really, really long flashback. Could be worse. It could be like The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the original Part 2, where everybody was having a flashback. Every 5 minutes there was a fucking flashback. For fuck's sake, the dog had a flashback in that movie. And I'm not kidding. The dog seriously had a fucking flashback. It's like everybody in that movie was going to Vietnam or something and coming back with PTSD. I'm not making fun of that, by the way. So, anyway, he watches his daughter burn, and then the army guy didn't give a shit. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, no, they've got to burn. He's like, what about your kids? My kids are already burnt. I was like, wow, what a cold-hearted bastard. Seriously. And the vampires in this movie, too. They don't seem like vampires. They're almost like brainless, like zombies. They seem like more like zombie vampires than just vampires. And that's changed. Like throughout the remakes of this, they all act a little differently. Like they were mindless like bloodsuckers in I Am Legend, and then they were like weird pale white, like painted white skin. They look like cannibals in the Omega Man, and then this movie they look like Night of the Living Dead zombies. So everybody had an idea as to what they thought that these things should be. Very interesting. So, as Vincent Price is out with the army guys and watching his daughter burn to a crisp, the wife who had been bitten, she goes down, and the daughter comes back to munch on everybody, and then we jump back out of the flashback, and just like Paul Harvey, now we know the rest of the story. So, I know a lot of you are like, who the fuck is Paul Harvey? I'm like, never mind, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, production guy, let's go to the next reel. Let's crank that shit up and continue on with The Last Man on Earth. I don't really have much to say about it other than that. It's just, movies just speaks for itself. It's not bad. It's really good. Mainstream. It's hard to believe this thing's in the public domain, to be honest. So, let's do it.
Morgan, we're going to kill you, Morgan. Morgan, you hear? Morgan. Morgan. Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan. Do you hear, Morgan?
If Cortman thinks he can get to me by destroying my car, his wits are getting dull. This convertible would be nice. Probably handles well. But I can't think of comfort. There was a time when I shopped for a car. Now I'm looking for a hearse. This station wagon will have to do. It's alive. Wait! Don't run away! Come back here! Don't run away! Come back! Come back here! Wherever he is, I've got to find him. If I have to search every street, every house, every alley, every inch of this town, I've got to find him. Come back! Hey, boy, where are you? Where are you, pal? Come here. They're dead. They've been staked. But these are made of iron, not wood, like mine. Someone else is alive in this world. But where are they? Where are they hiding? How many are there? Where did they come from? Why haven't I seen them? This is Robert Morgan. If somebody can hear me, answer me. For God's sake, answer me. This is KOKW calling. KOKW calling. Answer me. So you finally decided to come back. It's all right, boy. Good boy. Oh, no. Don't worry, boy. You're going to be all right. Yes, you are. There, now we've got you all cleaned up. You're gonna feel better. I'm gonna put you down here now and you can rest. Got you all cleaned up. There you go. Rest. Oh. You know they're out there, don't you? You poor, driven thing. Everything's gonna be all right. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Everything's gonna be all right. All right. You're going to get better. We're gonna have lots of happy times together. You'll see, everything's going to be fine. house.
Wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. Can't you understand? Wait! Wait! I'm not going to hurt you. Wait! 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 I couldn't be out here in the daylight if I was one of them. You know that they can't come out until sundown. Do you want to come with me or do you want to face them? You feeling better?
Yes,
Would you like a cup of coffee?
thank you. You seem very well organized here.
Yeah.
My name is Ruth Collins. I was married. I lost my husband. You are alone? You were married.
Yes.
Children?
A daughter.
What are you doing? Please stop, please. Stop it, please. You're making me sick.
Why do you turn
Please.
away?
Please.
Why do you turn away? You are infected.
No.
Infected systems are allergic to garlic.
You think I'm one of them?
You will be.
You've made up your mind just because I...
You can't change the facts by talking.
Facts? What facts? That I got sick? I've had a sensitive stomach all my life. I saw my husband killed, torn to pieces right in front of our house. I've been wandering ever since, hiding at night, not eating more than scraps, sick with mourning, sick with fear, unable to sleep. Then you shout at me. You chased me across a field, hit me, dragged me to this house. And to top it all, when I get sick because you shove a piece of reeking garlic in my face, you tell me I'm infected.
Where are you
Let me
going?
go.
You can't go out there. It's almost sunset.
Let me go,
You
I
can't
said.
go out there now. In a few
I
minutes, the
don't
streets
care.
will be full
Let
up.
me go.
At
I don't
least let me give you a
care.
blood test.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You must be hungry. I'll fix you some dinner. You know, you should eat.
I can't. You seem used to them.
Oh, as much as anybody could be. I'm not frightened of them anymore, if that's what you mean. Oh, I protect myself against them, but only because there's so many. Individually, they're weak, mentally incompetent, like animals after a long famine. If they weren't, they surely would have found a way of breaking in here a long time ago.
Come out, Morgan.
Hear that? That's Ben Cortman. He was my friend.
Your friend?
He was like a kid brother. If I could find him and destroy him.
But you said he was your friend.
When I find him, I'll drive a stake through him, just like all the others.
But you lived through all this. Do you know why?
Perhaps I was chosen. That's a laugh. Or perhaps it's because a long time ago when I worked in Panama, I was bitten in my sleep by a bat. My theory is that the bat had previously acquired the vampire germ. By the time it entered my blood, it had been strained and weakened by the bat system. As a result, I have immunity. Well, it's only a guess, but it's all I have to go on.
You don't think that I'm immune, do you?
It's a simple matter to find out whether you are or not.
What will you do if I am infected? Cure me? You don't have to answer. I know as well as you do. It's incurable.
There might be a way. If not of killing the germ, at least of containing it, keeping it from spreading. If I had the equipment, the time.
Which you don't.
are one of them.
I was. And without that injection, I'll be one again.
What do you mean? You found a solution?
That's right. Exactly as you said it could be. I take that for it.
What is it?
Defibrinated blood plus vaccine. The blood feeds the germ. The vaccine keeps it isolated and prevents it from multiplying. We've had it for some time now.
We?
There are quite a number of us.
And I thought you were alone. I was going to cure you. Does that amuse you?
No.
Now, I want the truth. I want all of it. Why are you here?
To find out if you know any more than we do. You know far less. We're alive. Infected, yes, but alive. We're going to reorganize society. Do away with all those wretched creatures who are neither alive nor dead. Start everything all over again.
And you want me to join?
You can't join us. You're a monster to them. Why do you think I ran when I saw you? Even though I was assigned to spy on you. Because I was so terrified of what I'd heard about you. You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night. Leaving as evidence of your existence bloodless corpses. Many of the people you destroyed were still alive. Many of them were loved ones of the people in my group.
I didn't know.
Is there any way you can get out of here?
What do you mean?
They're coming after you tonight. That's why I was sent here. To prevent you from resisting them. I'm supposed to keep you here until they come.
To kill me?
Yes.
Your new society sounds charming.
The beginning of any society is never charming or gentle.
And you pretended to be shocked at my violence. Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you go on and use it? Get it over with. Use it. Get it over with.
Now you know. What are you going to do? What are you doing?
It's already done.
What?
Look. Look. You see? It worked, Ruth. The antibodies in my blood worked. My blood has saved you, Ruth. Do you know what this means? You and I can save all the others. We won't be alone. We'll never be alone again.
You are sure?
Wait. Don't be afraid. Where are you
I've going? got to get out of here. Tell them you're not a
You
threat
can't
to us.
go out there.
You
You
can save all
wouldn't
of
get
us.
10 feet.
When they come here, there won't be time for questions and answers. They'll come to kill. For God's sake, Robert, let me go. Oh, Robert, please.
Ruth, look, tomorrow.
Please. Oh, Robert.
Tomorrow, Ruth. Tomorrow will be
No.
all right.
Robert, no. Robert,
Yes, Ruth.
what if this doesn't last?
But it will. I've already checked it under the microscope. Wait, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. I'll check it again. Ruth, just take a look at this. This'll prove it to you. Ruth, there's no change. I've double-checked.
Robert!
Ruth. Ruth!
Robert!
Ruth, get away from her! Ruth, are you all right? Are you all right?
Run, Robert! Robert, run! Robert, run! They've come to kill you, Robert.
Ah!
Stand back.
There he is, near the church. Over there. All of you freaks, mutations.
Hold it.
You're freaks. I'm a man. The last man.
Robert.
They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me.
I didn't know. Don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. We're all safe now. All safe.
The true last man on earth. The rest of you are freaks. The last line coming out of Vincent Price before he gets offed by the weird, like, hybrid fucking half and half vampires in this movie. This has to be like one of the first sad bastard endings for, like, in Hollywood. I know Casablanca was kind of had a sad bastard ending. She left or whatever, but yeah, this is a sad bastard ending. You know, and Hollywood likes to do these endings now because it's Oscar bait. That's like, if you want your movie to win an Oscar, it has to have a really fucking down note ending to it. But whatever. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the movie. This is go on Twitter. Go to @RealFantastico. Join me. I'll put a hint on for next week's movie, and we'll have a conversation about this movie if you want. We can try to course back and forth. Maybe you guys know something I don't know about it, and I'm always open to hear stuff like that. So right here, join us next week on Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater. I'm drinking too much. On the BTN Network, 9 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, the episode will be available on YouTube after it airs. So have a good night, everybody. Don't hurt each other.
He's gonna pull on my bum, give a book and a job. Sit in his chair while he's having some beers. When the lonely live. When the lonely live. It's Friday night and he's wearing a mask, teaching us why all the movies kick ass. When the lonely live. When the lonely live. It's Fantastico Disasterpiece Theater.